What Dr. Ghaly was referring to as it relates to that differentiation is also a recognition that the critical need to mitigate this transmission also requires enforcement. And it is incumbent upon all of us to do what we can to lead by example as individuals by wearing face coverings when we can't practice physical distancing, social distancing, but also as business leaders to protect not only your workers, but to protect your customers. We will be stepping up our enforcement in the state of California. There's many mechanisms to which you can enforce. At a state level, there's some tools. At the local level, there are even more tools. Again, locally, that enforcement is driven by decisions, the county health officers, by elected representatives. At the state level, we made comments last week, and I'll reinforce them here today, in relationship to the budget that I'll be signing later this afternoon that stipulates $2.5 billion of COVID-19 related and realignment related dollars to the counties that will stipulate certification as it relates to capacity to enforce these health orders. It is incumbent upon all of us in the state of California to take seriously these rules and these regulations and to enforce them. And I want to just encourage our partners, and they have been incredible partners up and down the state of California, to do justice and to help us mitigate the spread and the transmission of COVID-19 by enforcing these rules and regulations, not punitively. Again, it's not a ready, fire, aim approach. It's a ready, aim, fire, meaning we want to work with people and be responsive and responsible to help support their needs, particularly small businesses. I deeply understand that, intimately understand that as a former small business person. Help educate on the rules and procedures, but moreover, remind people. We put out over 30 sectoral guidelines in the state of California that lay out how to safely reopen. We've been so fixated, and I cannot impress upon folks this point more. We've been so fixated on the when, not as responsibly focused on the how to safely reopen. 30-plus sectoral guidelines we put out. We worked with industry to put out procedures and processes so we can safely, health and safety, a framework of focus to reopen the economy in a way that can mitigate the spread. If people are flaunting those rules and regulations or disregarding or throwing out those guidelines, we want to continue to work with our county officials and local officials to help us enforce that. So we put aside this $2.5 billion of state money in this budget to encourage and inspire more enlightened health behavior, enforcement behavior to help advantage the health and safety of the population in the state of California. Also, we have regulatory and code capacity to enforce, and OSHA and others in particular have a unique history and unique capacity to enforce. Any small business person been on the receiving end of some of those notices know exactly what I mean. Again, I don't want to do this in a punitive mindset, but we have to keep people safe, because what we don't want to see happen is a few bad apples that are flaunting and exploiting the situation and making the rest of the industry, making some of their competitors look bad. And so we've got to, I think, do more to be more responsible individually and within sectors of our economy.